Hi guys, this is our session 3 of continuing our cybersecurity study sessions. So this is second day where I completed my defense security introduction. But today I'll also complete search skills as well since I went out yesterday and couldn't complete it on time. So we'll cover it today. So the third study session is about search skills. Exploring search engines to search and find required information efficiently. Introduction. A quick Google search for Learn Cybersecurity returned around 600 million hits, while searching for Learn Hacking returned more than double that number. The number might have grown even further when you go through this lesson. We are surrounded by information. Do you prefer to surrender in the face of information overload and accept the first few results you get? Or do you like to acquire the necessary search skills to find and access what you are looking for? This lesson aims to help you with the latter, meaning we would like to acquire the necessary search skills to find and access what we are looking for. Okay? All right, let's join this room. Evaluation of search results. On the internet, everybody can publish their writings. It can be in the form of blog posts, articles, or social media posts. It can be even in more subtle ways, such as editing a public wiki page. This ability makes it possible for anyone to voice their unfounded claims. Everyone can express their opinion about best cybersecurity practices, future programming trends, and how to best prepare for a DevSecOps interview. It is our job as readers to evaluate the information. We will mention a few things to consider when evaluating information: source, evidence and reasoning, objectivity and bias, corroboration and consistency. Okay. What is source? Identify the author or organization publishing the information. Consider whether they are reputable and authoritative on the subject matter. Publishing a blog post does not make one an authority on the subject. Just because I'm posting some video on cybersecurity does not mean I'm an expert at it. So make sure you are reading an article or the article you're referring to is from an expert. The second one, evidence and reasoning. Check whether the claims are backed by credible evidence and logical reasoning. We are seeking hard facts and solid arguments. Just because the article or a blog post is from a valid or someone with fame or someone who is called an expert does not mean their information is valid. What you have to check for is evidence and reasoning. Make sure their argument is provided or backed up with an evidence. Objectivity and bias. Evaluate whether the information is presented impartially or rationally, reflecting multiple perspectives. We are not interested in authors pushing shady agendas, whether to promote a product or attack a rival. See, if a person is talking about something, it should not contain bias. It should not support only one part, one side of an argument. When you're talking about something, it should cover a whole picture. So when you're reading an article, make sure it contains proper objective and make sure there's no bias towards any side of the argument. The next one is corroboration and consistency. Validate the presented information by corroboration from multiple independent sources. Check whether multiple reliable and reputable sources agree on the central claims. So don't just refer to one single thing, refer multiple, as many sources as possible, valid sources, whatever you think of as valid, and make a decision based on the probability of that. What do you call a cryptographic method or product considered bogus or fraudulent? You don't know the answer? Don't worry. This is the reason search engines exist. And the topic is about that. So we got to read this. Snake oil. The first one we got is from Wikipedia. Okay. What is the name of the command replacing netstat in Linux systems? SS. It's from Red Hat. Done. Every one of us has used an internet search engine. However, not everyone has tried to harness the full power of an internet search engine. Almost every internet search engine allows you to carry out advanced searches. Consider the following example. Google, Bing, DuckDuckGo are a few examples of search engines. Let's consider the search operators supported by Google. Exact phrase. Okay, before going into this, everybody knows Google and Bing. Do you guys know about DuckDuckGo? So before I started this video, I told you that I already studied this and I came here so I could record it and also as well as revise it for myself. So while reading this, I had a doubt. What is DuckDuckGo? What I did, as usual, I go into Google and search what is DuckDuckGo. So DuckDuckGo is introduced as a replacement of Google, but what it does is it doesn't store your sessions like it's a private browser. It doesn't store your details, your session cookies, what you do on the website, which websites you go to. Doesn't store your information, personal information, unlike Google. So, DuckDuckGo, or when you see Google, Google compresses the pictures. When you go to images sections, you find the images compressed more than usual. Unlike not something you find on the original website. It's more compressed when you see it on the images section. But DuckDuckGo doesn't compress those. So it's more of high quality or original quality. More, you can say it's of more original quality. So that's what I learned about DuckDuckGo before reading this. All right. Let's consider the search operators supported by Google. The first one is exact phrase. Double quotes indicate that you are looking for pages with exact word or phrase. For example, one might search for passive reconnaissance to get pages with exact phrase. Okay, let's check it out. Got it. The next one is site. This operator lets you specify the domain name to which you want to limit your search. For example, we can search for success stories on TryHackMe using site tryhackme.com success stories. Let's try that. We got a lot of success stories from this search query. Site, the name of the website, the domain, complete domain, whatever you want to search for, the phrase, success stories, or whatever it is. These are the success stories. Suman's success story. Yeah, we'll read it later, guys. No time for this. What is hyphen? The minus sign allows you to omit search results that contain a particular word or phrase. For example, you might be interested in learning about the pyramids, but you don't want to view tourism websites. One approach is to search for pyramids tourism. Okay, I want to search for pyramids, but that are not related to tourism websites. Yeah, I didn't get any tourism websites right now. I did get this one. Okay. I guess that doesn't matter. This is not a tourism website, right? It's not. Or tourism pyramids. Yeah. Anything gives the same result. The next one is file type. This search operator is indispensable for finding files instead of web pages. Some of the file types you can search for using Google are portable document format, PDF. Microsoft Word document, Doc, Microsoft Excel spreadsheet, XLS, and Microsoft PowerPoint presentation, PPT. For example, to find cybersecurity presentations, try searching for file type PPT cybersecurity. Let's try this one. File type is PPT that are related to cybersecurity. I got PPT, guys. See here? PPT, 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 PPT. All are PPTs. It's working. You can check more advanced control in various search engines. In this advanced, they gave a list. However, the above providers are a good starting point. Check your favorite search engine for the supported search queries. How would you limit your Google search to PDF files containing the cyber warfare report? See, what did they say? The file type. File type is PDF. Topic name is cyber warfare report. Great. What phrase does the Linux command assist stand for? You could use a favorite search engine for this. Wow, what did I do? Socket statistics. Done. Specialized search engines. You are familiar with internet search engines. However, how much are you familiar with specialized search engines? By that, we refer to search engines used to find specific types of results. First one is Shodan. Let's start with Shodan, a search engine for devices connected to the internet. It allows you to search for specific types and versions of servers, networking equipment, industrial control systems, and IoT devices. You may want to see how many servers are still running Apache 2.4.1 and the distribution across countries. To find the answer, we can search for Apache 2.4.1, which will return the list of servers using with the string Apache 2.4.1 in their headers. Let's try, guys. Apache 2.4. Yeah, how many are using? In India, though, they are using 1342. 1342 systems are using this server. All right. We got the same thing. Consider visiting Shodan search query examples for more examples. Furthermore, you can check Shodan trends for historical insights if you have a subscription. Yeah. The next one is census. At first glance, census appears similar to Shodan. However, Shodan focuses on internet connected devices and systems such as servers, routers, webcams, and IoT devices. Census, on the other hand, focuses on internet connected hosts, websites, certificates, and other internet assets. All right, some of its use cases include enumerating domains in use, auditing open ports and services, and discovering ROG assets within a network. Okay, we'll check this one as well. Apache 2.4. So it's like how many hosts are using Apache. That one is how many systems are using. Got it. The next one is Virus Total. It is an online website that provides a virus scanning service for files using multiple antivirus engines. It allows users to upload files or provide URLs to scan them against numerous antivirus engines and website scanners in a single operation. They can even input file hashes to check the results of previously uploaded files. The screenshot below shows the result of checking the submitted file against 67 antivirus engines. Furthermore, one can check the community's comments for more insights. Occasionally, a file might be flagged as virus or a Trojan. However, this might not be accurate for various reasons, and that's when community members can provide a more in-depth explanation. So they apparently they threw a file in there, they uploaded a file, and it resulted, and this is the result they got, where 57 out of 67 community score, meaning 57 out of 67 security vendors and no sandboxes flagged this file as malicious. It's malicious. Most of it is malicious, the zip file they uploaded. Let's still check. They said we could also enter a URL, right? Let's check that. Yeah. Which one do we check? We'll check a college website. Oh my God. Let's. Oh, it's safe. Everything's clean. Okay, let's try for one more thing. Ah, zero. Okay. I don't trust it though. Have I been PWND pond? HIBP does one thing. It tells you if an email address has appeared in a leaked data breach. Finding one's email within leaked data indicates leaked private information and, more importantly, passwords. Many users use the same passwords across multiple platforms, like me, who can't remember passwords. Yeah. If one platform is breached, their password on the other platforms is also exposed. Indeed, passwords are usually stored in encrypted format. However, many passwords are not that complex and can be recovered using a variety of attacks, brute force attacks. If this is why a lot of websites or security analysts try telling people to have longer passwords. If it's below 6 digit or anything, you can use brute force and easily find out using your name and a variety of combinations. It's easier to find out. Let's check if any of my email is appeared in the previous data breach. Have I been pond? I don't know what to call it, but I'm calling it pond. Mm, okay. No, congratulations. That's great. Guys, I checked my mom's. You have to see this. This is my mom. I thought it would return zero too, but guess what? It's found in one data breach. Big Basket. My mom uses Big Basket a lot to order vegetables, order all the home related stuff. So, let's view the details. In October 2020, the Indian grocery platform Big Basket suffered a data breach that exposed over 20 million customer records. The data was originally sold before being leaked publicly in April the following year and included email, IP, and physical addresses, names, and phone numbers, dates of birth, passwords stored as Django, SHA algorithm. I think SHA-1 indicates SHA-120, 128 bits, right? There's SHA-128, SHA-256, SHA-512. According to my knowledge, from what I studied in our college, the SHA-1 I think is 128 bits though. Okay. So everything is stored in the format of SHA-1 hashes. Compromised data includes date of birth, IP addresses, passwords, physical addresses, email addresses, names, phone numbers. Oh my God, Big Basket is a huge scam, guys. One day, we were trying to purchase this completed transaction. So we completed it 500, but later on Big Basket returned it as not completed. The transactions incomplete. Okay, but our money was deducted from the account. So we called them. They were like, if it's deducted and we did not, since we did not receive it yet, you will get the money back within the next 7 working days. Okay. We waited for a week. We were like, yeah, sure. Most of them, I mean, most of them do return in such cases, right? So we thought it was a genuine case. So we thought they would return it. But yeah, guess what? We called the support team after a week. We texted them first. They did not respond properly. So we were like, my mom handles such cases very in a good way. So I'm like, return a call back to this number in Telugu. They called. My mom had a huge argument with that support there. Obviously, that guy can't do anything. He's a customer support person after all. He was like, I can't do anything, ma'am. If the 7 working days are over, try waiting for 7 to 13 working days. It might go late sometime. My mom was fuming. Okay, we waited. It did not come. We forgot about it. We left after 1 or 2 months. We remembered all of a sudden. We called them. No response. Nothing. We can't leave Big Basket, guys. The reason is in this village, that's the only thing near the college. That's the only thing that delivers. Oh my God, can't say anything. No other choice, so we have to go with that. What is the top country with light PPD servers? What do we search servers? Like if we want to find out about servers, which website do we go to? Shodan, the first one, shodan.io. What did they say? Light PPD servers. United States. What does Bitdefender Falcons detect the file with hash as? What do we use this hash? How do we know if this one contains virus or not? There was another website we studied, which is Virus Total, which gives us an information about how much percentage of it is actually attacked or whatever you call it. So we can give URL, IP address, domain, or file hash. We are going to give a hash. They asked for Bitdefender facts. What did they say? Android, Riskware, Agent, LHH. Can't type all that. Correct. Next one. Vulnerabilities and exploits. CVE. We can think of common vulnerabilities and exposures program as a dictionary of vulnerabilities. It provides a standardized identifier for vulnerabilities and security issues in software and hardware products. Each vulnerability is assigned a CVE ID with a standardized format like CVE 2024 29988. This unique identifier CVE ID ensures that everyone from security researchers to vendors and IT professionals is referring to the same vulnerability. In this case, CVE, okay, each vulnerability identified till now is given a unique ID. All of this has a central repository, I think introduced by the government or whatever. And we can check out that website. So when someone is talking about something, we know that this person is referring to this vulnerability. It's as simple as that. The MITRE Corporation maintains the CVA system. For more information and to search for existing CVAs, visit the CVA program website. Alternatively, visit the National Vulnerability Database. This screenshot below shows CVA 2014. We are not going to go into this. If you want, you can go, guys. There's nothing in this. Chill, okay? The next one is exploit database. There are many reasons why you would want to exploit a vulnerable application. One would be assessing company's security as part of its red team. Blue team is a defensive security. The opposite to blue is red. Red team is offensive security. Blue is defensive. So we are talking about red team. There are many reasons why you would want to exploit a vulnerable application. One would be assessing a company's security as part of its red team, offensive security. Needless to say, we should not try to exploit a vulnerable system unless we are given permission, usually via a legal binding agreement. Even in our first task of this learning path, we completed offensive security, and we are given permission, complete permission to go and check out the fake bank application and find vulnerabilities and attack on that. We are not actually attacking on the actual bank application. It's just a fake bank application that was provided for us to test or learn from it. Yeah. Now that we have permission to exploit a vulnerable system, we might need to find a working exploit code. One resource is the exploit database. The exploit database lists exploit codes from various authors. Some of these exploit codes are tested and marked as verified. So if you want to assess or test a system if it is vulnerable or not, you would want some code. So instead of writing your own code, you could get code from the exploit database. Like you could get code from your GitHub. Okay? Ah, just now, yeah. GitHub, a web-based platform for software development, can contain many tools related to CVs along with proof of concept and exploit codes. To demonstrate this idea, check the screenshot below of search results on GitHub that are related to Heartbleed vulnerability. If you want, you can check, guys. What utility does CVA 2020? Okay, they give a question, so we have to explore this. CVE. Where's CVE? Common vulnerabilities. Okay, let's just go and type CV. Yeah. What's the question? CVE 2024 3094. Not this, not this. Yes, this. Um, Reference, title, XZ, malicious code in distributed source. Done. Technical documentation. Like one vital skill is to acquire is to look up official documentation. We will cover a few examples of official documentation pages. First one is Linux manual pages. Guys, is it Linux or Linux? I have a doubt. Yeah. Long before the internet was everywhere, how would you get help using a command in a Linux or Unix like system? The system would be checking the manual page, man page for short on Linux for short. Okay, man page for short. On Linux and every Unix like system, each command is expected to have a man page. In fact, man pages also exist for system calls, library functions, and even configuration files. Let's say we want to check the manual page for the command IP. We issue the command man IP. If we want to check if we want to get to know more about the documentation of IP on Linux system. The screenshot below shows the page we received. You might want to start the attack box and run man IP on the terminal. Okay, we are provided with an attack box here, our own VM. We could use this to we could learn more about the Linux system. Okay, after this machine starts, we'll go with our commands. The first one is man IP and Q to quit that command. All right, remember this. If you prefer to read the man page of IP in your web browser, just type man IP in your favorite search engine. This page might be at the top of your search results. Let's see and then check out the page. I checked this already, so it's in purple color. Okay, this we got this page as our first page. Let's check what they got. Damn, I checked this. Okay. The attack box is a Linux system accessible from your browser. Clicking on the Start Attack Box button will display the attack box in a split screen, making it convenient to read the task test text and apply the instructions within the same browser window. If you hide the attack box window, you can show it again by clicking the blue show. Okay, how to operate this machine. This is all about that. Okay. You and use this machine to try Linux commands such as man. Man is short for manual. The next one is Microsoft Windows. Microsoft Windows provides an official technical documentation page for its products. The screenshot below shows the search results for the command ipconfig. These are the results for ipconfig. Yeah. Product documentation. Every popular product is expected to have well organized documentation. This documentation provides an official and reliable source of information about the product features and functions. Examples include not official documentation, Apache HTTP server documentation, PHP documentation, and Node.js documentation. It is always rewarding to check the official documentation as it is the most up to date and offers the most complete product information. Okay. Oh, why did I close it? I'm sorry. Terminal man IP. See, we got the documentation for IP on Linux system. We can press Q to quit. All right, that's about it. The okay, the first question is what does the Linux command cat stand for? Let's try this. Man cat concatenate. Do you see it here? Concatenate. Done. What is the netstat parameter in MS Windows that displays the executable associated with each active? Guys, the main target of this is you could check Microsoft documentation or like in the previous chapter or previous task where we talked about the search engine. You could use that as well. I'm using search engine. I got -B as the answer. Okay. Task 7, social media. There are billions of users registered on social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. We expect you to be familiar with popular platforms. However, if you are aware of any platform you are not familiar with, we recommend that you check it out and learn about it. Ideally, one would want to explore a platform without creating an account. However, this severely limits your experience. Instead, one recommendation is to use a temporary email address to discover these platforms without linking them to your real email address. Once done, you can terminate the accounts and associated email addresses. One reason for not using your primary account is that you don't want any of your contacts to start connecting with you there when you are only temporarily exploring a platform. The power of social media is that it allows you to connect with companies and people you are interested in. Furthermore, social media offers a wealth of information for cybersecurity professionals, whether they are searching for people or technical information. Why is searching for people important, you ask? When protecting a company, you should ensure that the people you protect are not oversharing on social media. For instance, their social media might give away the answer to their secret questions, such as which school did you go to as a child? Such information might allow adversaries to reset their passwords and to take over their accounts effortlessly. Furthermore, as a cybersecurity professional, you want to stay updated with new cybersecurity trends, technologies, and products. Following the proper channels and groups can provide a suitable environment for growing your technical expertise. Besides staying updated via social media channels and groups, we should mention news outlets. Hundreds of news websites would offer valuable cybersecurity related news. Try different ones and stick with the ones you like most. Okay. What are the questions? You are hired to evaluate the security of a particular company. What is a popular social media platform you would use to learn about the technical background of one of their employees? LinkedIn. Okay. Continuing with the previous scenario, you are trying to find the answer to a secret question. Which school did you go to as a child? What social media platform would you consider checking to find the answer to such questions? Think Facebook. All right. Conclusion. This lesson focused on most of the common sources of information for cybersecurity professionals. There are plenty more. As the information landscape keeps changing, it is impossible to cover all the sources. However, by subscribing to relevant cybersecurity groups, one can stay ahead and be aware whenever new interesting sources arise. Done, guys. With this, we completed our third session. Thank you.